Phyllis Schlafly is still around, and it's unfortunate because she has stupid things to say. Now, Phyllis Schlafly, who has the most unfortunate name ever, is an anti-liberal, anti-feminist, just overall anti-woman type of individual. And she's been a mouthpiece for those who want a token woman to speak out against other women for a very long time. Now, the recent thing that she wrote about had to do with sexual assaults on college campuses, which of course is a really big problem right now. And she wrote this op-ed in WorldNet Daily, which is a conservative publication, just basically saying that, you know, part of the problem is we let too many women into our colleges, and if we could just set a quota and get rid of all these like excessive women, maybe we wouldn't have an issue with sexual assault. Okay,
so let me pause before Anna gives you the wonderful quotes to give you a tiny bit of background on Phyllis Schlafly. She was instrumental in defeating the Equal Rights Amendment. Okay, she's above almost anyone else given the most credit for defeating that. So this is a woman who made her career out of opposing equal rights for women. Okay, so you must be so proud. Okay, now she says not as many women should go to college. She has a BA from Washington University and a JD, I believe,
also from Washington University.
From Washington University, and MA from Radcliffe College. So she went to a lot of universities. Okay, now tell us what she thinks women should do.
All right. Long ago, when I went to college, campuses were about 70% male, and until 1970, it was still nearly 60%. Today, however, the male percentage has fallen to the low 40s on most campuses.
So let's pause there again. So whose fault is that?
It's the women's fault, though.
How could that be the women's fault?
No, it's our fault. It's our fault. Like,
why are you outsmarting the men, you rascally women? Okay, and of course they're not outsmarting the men because we have the same intelligence, okay? It's that they're outworking the men. They're studying harder, they're getting better grades, they're getting better scores, that's why they're getting into college. And they're bothering to go to college.
Yep.
That's not the women's fault, it's the men's fault.
It's unbearable. So she continues, the imbalance of far more women than men at colleges has been a factor in the various sex scandals that have made news in the last couple years. How the hell are you going to justify that kind of stupid argument? So basically, look, she's insulting everyone here, not just women, okay? She's saying, you put a bunch of women in college, and yeah, of course men are going to want to rape them.
But she's almost literally saying that. She sounds Saudi.
She's crazy.
She sounds like a Muslim fundamentalist saying like, well, if the college is 60% women, what are you going to do? Still keep it in your pants? And by the way, it's not a matter of keeping it in your pants or not. It's a matter of sexual assault, right? And she says, well, if there weren't so many women to rape,
yeah,
I guess there'd be less rape.
So she has another solution, which is hilarious, okay? She has a really big problem with giving students money to go to college. She's like, another solution might be to stop granting college loans, thereby forcing students to take jobs to pay for their tuition and eliminate time for parties, perhaps even wiping out time for fraternities and sororities. So let's just stop right there. Phyllis Schlafly is so out of touch and so ignorant on this issue that she thinks that if you just, all you have to do is work and you'll be able to pay for your tuition and then you won't have time for, you have to work 48 hours a week at a minimum wage job just to afford the most affordable college education available to you right now, okay? That's not gonna pay for college, and that's beside the point. Like, that's not gonna solve the issue of rape and sexual assault on college campuses. Your solutions are stupid.
So let's review her two solutions. One is, in order to solve sexual assault against women in college campuses, let's not allow as many women into college campuses. And number two, let's take away everybody's college loans so that they're all poor. They don't have time to party or have fun or enjoy themselves in any way, shape, or form, or maybe even study, because they have to go and do manual labor.
Exactly.
Okay.
And she talks about her experience with manual labor. I went through college while working a full-time manual labor job, and I don't regret a minute of it. It was a great learning experience.
But listen, lady, here's what you're missing. Back when you went to college, it cost $12. So you went and did whatever job that you did, and by the time the semester was half over, you had already paid for it.
Manual labor.
Okay.
Phyllis Schlafly, why were you doing manual labor and why were you going to college? Shouldn't you be in the kitchen making a sandwich?
Yeah, I thought your whole career was based on making sure women had the right to make sandwiches. So please spare me your brilliant analysis of how we could lower sexual assault by just making sure we discriminate against women. And finally, I thought that Republicans were against quotas. Now she's saying we need a quota for men. Oh, I see. When we were trying to make sure that everybody has a fair chance, and we're saying, hey, maybe minorities should be allowed into these campuses, which they were not even allowed into historically, you were against quotas, okay? But now that you want to protect men, all of a sudden, oh, we need quotas. We need quotas. Okay, the women are killing them. You see, men are idiots. They can't compete on their own. They need help. But I thought that's what the claims you had made against quotas. Oh, African Americans, they can't compete. They need help. I guess that's what you're saying about men, isn't it?
Damn. Insult after insult.
Yeah. And Phyllis Schlafly, I'm a guy, and I don't need your help. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Thank you for trying to look out for me and other guys. But no, as Sarah Palin would say, thanks, but no thanks. Okay. I don't need your quota.